Hello and welcome to Analytical Fanboys. I am the Vacuuminator, a host not of the most, but to make up the gap, I have along with me my trusty co-host, the crosshatched Boingo Rider.
If I'm crosshatched, does that mean I'm in a Tim Burton film?
Sure, I was referring to like comic book art, but sure.
I mean, Tim Burton has a lot of cross-hatching shit.
Yeah. I haven't seen a Tim Burton movie in quite a while, I'll be honest. So I was gonna try and figure out a clever way to segue into this, but you know what? Fuck it. Chris made us listen to a weird Japanese album this week.
Yep. Here's the other thing. I made us listen to a weird Japanese album that A, I have very little information about, and B, I hadn't listened to before. So this was a surprise for me as well.
My co-host, ladies and gentlemen. Now explain.
Okay, so what we listened to was the first album by a project called Cornelius. It's usually attributed just to one guy, and he hires session musicians to make his music with them.
So it's another ghost type thing.
Yeah, but none of the theatrics. The artist, though, is Keigo Oyamada. He is known as the moniker Cornelius. And this is the first album that he released under this moniker called The First Question Award. And the best way to put it is it's very much part of that mid to late 90s era of Japanese pop called Shibuya-kei. It was a very, very micro genre. The best way to describe it is it's like some of the
happy sunny boy music.
Oh yeah, but take some of the poppy elements of city pop, which has blown up in America as of late.
It's literally the best stuff.
And add in some elements of 60s pop, like the Beach Boys and things like that. And you got Shibuya-kei.
Okay.
And here's the thing that I want to make sure you know before we continue. You've heard this man before.
I have?
You have.
Where?
In a movie.
Which movie?
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He did the music for the Katayanagi twins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And in that respect, he's kind of in that vein in America. He is kind of one of those indie darling kind of people that people, if you know, you know. And he's been described as a modern day Brian Wilson, who is the main musical force behind the Beach Boys, or a Japanese Beck, which is the dude who did Loser.
So basically, there's a lot of people listening to this right now getting really annoyed at how we're just fumbling with the topic.
Oh, very much so. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. In like 6 months' time, I will be one of those people just because I fell in love with this album.
Really?
I really dug it.
I mean, I liked it. I thought it was pretty good, but I didn't, nothing about it particularly grabbed me. It was like, yeah, this is all just generally pleasant. And I suppose a part of that was because I couldn't find a fucking translation for the lyrics.
I mean, yeah, true. That's understandable.
I mean, I could have put the Japanese lyrics through Google Translate, but who trusts Google Translate?
Several manga translators and hentai translators, that too.
Oh, the shade.
And I have a feeling this segment of our podcast isn't going to go the lengthiest just because, A, we don't know the content of the lyrics.
Yeah.
And so I have a feeling it'd be kind of pointless to go song by song. So let's just go general feelings and emotions when we're talking about this. I'm just trying to lay a groundwork for us I'm laying a foundation because we don't have the lyrics to step on.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. I liked it. I could put this on while I'm doing some work.
Like, listen to this. I just got like a really cool feeling of like riding a Vespa scooter along a Riviera.
Okay.
What? You don't let your imagination wander when you're listening to music?
I do, but that's like not where I was at. I was just picturing like some happy boys with their instruments in the park.
I can see that. And a Vespa swings by.
Yeah, mate, like you know the Disney movie where the princess comes to the real world and there's that singing scene in the park?
Oh, Enchanted.
Yeah. For most of the album, that's the kind of scenery I was getting in my mind. Like just that scene where they're doing the big song in the park in Central Park.
I can get that. But ultimately, would you listen to more of them?
Probably. It's not something I would seek out, but if somebody was just like, hey, here's another album, you could put this on while you're working today to change it up, I'd be like, all right. I don't think it's definitely not something we're going to come back to on the show, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely not. Like when we got there, my immediate thought was, oh, this is going to be very, very interesting or very, very boring to talk about, because I really dug the album. The tone was really great, and it was just a really kind of cool throwback poppy album.
Yeah, it's very light and airy. It's got this nice sort of carefree mood to it.
It's like the musical equivalent to Sprite.
Yes, yeah, or no, Mellow Yellow.
I don't think I've had that.
You haven't had Mellow Yellow?
No. I've always been wary of citrus sodas because my family has a weird thing with orange.
It's got to be real awkward when you're watching wrestling, then.
Yeah. For people who don't get the joke, there's a wrestler named Orange Cassidy.
And Chris likes him a lot.
Yeah.
What? What is this podcast right now?
It's us trying to make sense of a dumb pizza thing. Did I just turn into Dusty?
Yeah, and I'm sitting here being like Phew on pretentious mode.
Pretentious Phew. But I definitely think this was a light, airy album, really good, like calming listen. Mm-hmm. Like this is the thing I would like if I was the owner and proprietary of a restaurant. This is the stuff I'd put on during lunch hours.
Oh yeah, it's just like it's solid, it's fun, but it's also pretty quick, so it makes you keep moving. Like people always tell me like, oh, you should like put on one of those big synth mixes or like some calming, airy music when you're working, and I'm like, no, that doesn't make me want to work. That makes me relaxed. Something a little fast, something with a little kick to it is what you want, but not too distracting.
Yeah, you don't want to be walking around fucking listening to goddamn System of a Down trying to work.
Yeah. And also I think this would be solid driving music. Like I could see myself putting on this album for a road trip if I was ever going to do a road trip, which I don't think I'm the kind of person who would.
Come on, road trip.
Okay.
But did you, I think we've kind of run through everything we can talk about genuinely. But this album was pretty good. I dug it. I want to listen to more, and I know some of the more recent singles that I've listened to from him I really, really enjoy, and they're a lot more poppy, experimental, not so experimental that you go like, what the fuck am I listening to, but experimental in the, oh, this is something new, is a little bit nicer, fresher feeling kind of thing. And in case you wanted to know why his name is Cornelius, it is a reference to the character from Planet of the Apes.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that movie.
Yeah. Like, I genuinely dig a lot of the aesthetic, because I went through more of his albums and like,
oh yeah, that cover art really looked like something you would put together in a good way.
Oh yeah, no, like a part of my aesthetic is trapped in late 90s, early 2000s Japanese indie culture.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a weird thing to describe.
And I mean, people might kind of like squint at that, but honestly, I'm just like, no, that's solid. It could be worse. You could be a grunge kid.
Hey, I do wear flannel all the time.
Yeah, but flannel isn't necessarily grunge, thank God.
And I was born the day Kurt Cobain died.
That's fucking awesome, okay? You should always introduce yourself with that fact.
I share my birthday with Robert Downey Jr.
Just be like, hi, I'm reincarnated Kurt Cobain. Nice to meet you.
Nah, ain't nowhere near cool enough to do that.
Be a great wrestling gimmick for you, though.
Oh, you mean Raven?
Yes.
But ultimately, I think this was a good listen. I think it was a bad podcast subject.
Yep, that was a nice 12 minutes we filled out there.
I'm sorry. This was a bad podcast thing. I apologize. Hey, at least it's
you put it on the list at a time when the show was in its infancy, and we didn't quite know what the concept was, but we had an idea.
At least we aren't doing this subject before we transition to the new phase of the podcast where we have the second half.
Yeah. Anyways, you want to find out what we're talking about next time?
Yes, hopefully we'll actually have a conversation.
All right. It's what culture, Adam, how WWE should have fantasy booking.
Okay. You probably haven't seen anything of What Culture from this time period.
No, because people tell me to stay far the fuck away from What Culture.
Okay. Do you know Cultaholic?
People tell me to stay far the fuck away from Cultaholic.
Really? They're one of the better ones.
Okay.
Cultaholic is like Wrestle Talk. They are a YouTube channel focused on wrestling news, speculation, reaction, stuff like that. All around wrestling.
Okay.
And before they were Cultaholic, the group of guys who make it were part of What Culture. And one member who, through circumstances that we'll talk about next week, didn't transition with Cultaholic, but when he was with What Culture, he made how WWE should have booked. And it's basically him going through bad booking decisions and going, here's how I would have done it with hindsight and a different mindset in how to book something.
So this is, what if Star Wars was good? I mean, like, really good. I'm going to take you back in time to 2005, and I'm a producer talking to George Lucas about the prequels.
Yes.
But instead it's what if fucking, what's random bad 2000 storyline?
I'm actually pulling up the playlist right now so I can give you some examples.
What if the Nexus was good? I mean, really good. I'm going to take you back in time to when I'm a fellow promoter talking to Vince McMahon about his exciting new storyline about these up-and-coming talent debuting on the main roster.
Yeah, and he's just really good at, like, giving you how things should have happened.
All right. I hope that every episode ends in a cafe. Or is it a diner? I forget.
It's a diner.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Alright, let's fucking save this show. What the fuck did you listen to besides Cornelius?
I listened to a System of a Down song I had never heard before, featuring Wu-Tang, which is a remix of a Wu-Tang song called Shame. And the hook is shame on an N-word. I'm white, I can't say it. So just that's the actual name of the song, I'm pretty sure. And then because of a little video by Orville Peck where he basically picked out a bunch of things at a record store for the record store's YouTube
I should
channel.
have known you would take that seriously as a to listen to list.
I listened to the Dillards dually.
Oh my god, of all the things.
Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
By the way, real quick, I loved that video because like Orville Peck has this badass persona in all his songs and his videos, and it was nice to see him actually being what I know most gay guys to be like. It was like, oh, he's human.
Yeah, no, the first thing he pulled out was Whitney Houston, and the last thing he pulled out was John Waters.
Yeah.
He basically went through a bunch of music and movies and things and go like, yeah, no, this is stuff I like. So I kind of jotted a little list down and I've been kind of going through it.
Okay. So you listen to the Dillards.
Dillard's Dooley. It was a good song. It was a really solid, like, little ditty.
Nice.
That System of a Down song, though, is fucking great. Especially because you have, for the song, I guess the Wu-Tang Clan gave Sheriff Tarkin the N-word pass for the song. So he's just screaming at the top of his lungs, shame on him, over and over again. And it's amazing.
Wonderful. I might look that up, even though I'm not that big of a System of a Down guy.
And RZA also laid down a really great verse, too. So, what'd you listen to?
Well, I went and listened to all of the, so far, live reactions that our good friends Jake and Marissa have done to Power Rangers Beast Morphers, because I tend to listen to their live reaction videos like their podcasts. And, those have been solid. Ooh, there have been some good takes. Ooh, they pointed out some things that I missed. That was fun. That was nice. You should go support our friends. Then as far as actual music, I listened to 2 songs this week. Terror Time Again from the movie Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
You motherfucker.
Continue. Dude, I love that song, and I hadn't heard it in a couple years, and it just popped into my head because Halloween, and I was like, yeah, let's fucking blast this shit out my speakers. Let's make
Did you also listen to the
again.
Hex Girls?
I don't actually like most of the Hex Girls songs. They're just kind of bland to me.
Actually, I listened to the ska cover of I'll Put a Hex on You.
My dude! Wonderful.
Shout out Cartoon Network.
And then because I really have enjoyed hearing it on our favorite side dish as far as wrestling goes, NWA Power, I listened to the full version of Into the Fire by Dawkins.
Into the Fire!
It's fantastic. And the video is like just raw, cheesy 70s. We're trying to do a badass rock thing, but we don't quite have the budget. I loved it. I'm going to have to look into more Dawkins shit in the future because they seem very much like my kind of band. As far as
full of cheese and ready to please.
Oh, yeah. So did you watch some shit this week?
I did watch some shit this week.
Oh my god, what a revolutionary concept. Boingo Rider watching things.
I watch a lot of things.
I know.
I watched episode 5 of Zillion, episode 7 of Snow White with the Red Hair, episode 3 of Kamen Rider Build, and I started watching, because I always start watching things, Hyper Agent Gridman. The original 1990s tokusatsu.
I can't believe you're just now getting to episode 3 of Build.
Hey. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, if it would make you feel better, you could always throw out shit in response to that. You could always throw out shit like, you still haven't seen Agito. You still haven't seen Double.
Fuck you haven't seen Double?
It's on my to-do list, okay?
It's on your to-do list. Well, get it off your to-do list. It shouldn't be standing there anyway.
I'm working on it. How did you like Gridman? Because I have seen the first couple episodes of that, and I like it quite a bit.
It's a nice, cheesy 90s ass high school like not relationship, like interpersonal bullshit kind of thing, and I'm digging it. And like, I fucking love the city when they fight.
Oh, dude, it's so awesome. And just the intro sequence, which is just them going over the same miniature shot of like a circuit board or whatever, is so badass. Like, I don't know if they did a remix of it for the anime, but I fucking love that original theme song.
I think they did for like the last episode.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But like, I really dug it. I dig the designs of everything, but that city is the best part of goddamn Gridman.
Oh yeah.
Because normally in Tokusatsu they build like a miniature city based on the city they're filming in. This one they went, no, it's in the computer, so we're gonna make everything blue and purple and green, and
he's in Tron. He's basically fighting in Tron world.
But Japanese Tron.
I know.
And every once in a while, you just go to this low thing, and for some reason, there's just a giant pile of like monkey bars that do nothing but look really cool. So Gridman's great. Yeah, Gridman's great, and like that's an aesthetic that if we ever made a Toku, I kind of want to emulate. I just dig it that much.
Anyways, so I watched The Bullet Club, because you got on to me for not knowing my Japanese wrestles a while ago.
So you watched the New Japan documentary about the Bullet Club?
Yeah, and then I watched a ton of like clips and stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like I watched the abridged version. It was like I watched the abridged version and then I watched the most interesting bits that they brought up.
So now do you realize I'm hyped for Finn Balor?
I do. I'm not hyped for Finn Balor now. I'm just like, oh, it's cool that they're doing that. But it was neat getting to learn about this thing that a lot of people talk about. Like, it's on par with when I went and looked into Stone Cold versus Mr. McMahon. I was like, oh, okay, that's why people are so reverent towards this. That's neat.
It's an understanding, but not a come to Jesus.
Yeah, and it's like I have a newfound appreciation for all those guys.
And then for Modular Media, check the episode out. Link to it in the description, where we talk about Finn Balor being heel, because it happened more this week and it was interesting.
Oh yeah. Watched Kamen Rider 01 episode 9. It was pretty good. Nice little finding your resolve moment for our main boy. Then I watched Kamen Rider Wizard Image VTR. Have you heard of this?
Is it a V Cinema?
No. This is a 2-part, because it was attached to 2 different I think it was Volume 1 and Volume 2 of the Wizard series Blu-rays. This is a bonus feature that is essentially Seiji Takaiwa in costume fucking around for 20 minutes. Yeah, so there's like, the first part is him doing some like warm-up martial arts moves in the Flame style suit. Then he tries to... It's like the second part of that is a comedy sequence of him trying to wash clothes in the Hurricane-style suit at a trailer park. I didn't even know Japan had trailer parks, but okay.
It may have been a campsite.
Yeah.
Japan loves camping.
And then we have, in Volume 2, Land-style suit being really depressed for no reason, and then finding out that he has a cool gun that can turn into a sword and polishing it, and Water-style taking a shower. Shot to be like a sexy shower scene from an anime or something. it's really weird, but also a cool, like, hey, suit acting is a thing, and we can get across a lot just by our body movements. Sort of a display.
Yeah, I can get, yeah.
It's honestly not something you need to watch, but if you're just kind of into suit acting or just body performance in general, it's a good thing to check out. I think I watched the versions OZC subs dropped a little bit ago, and hey, you don't even have to know what the fuck Wizard is to watch it. Like, I would honestly, to anyone who wants to get into performance arts, like anything on stage or anything like that, I would recommend watching this to like pick up stuff you can do with your body to convey certain things. Like, I would even recommend wrestlers check this out. That's how like weirdly interesting it is, because it's a very weird thing made for pretty much no reason. I'm guessing just somebody at the Toei offices was like, we need a cool bonus feature to pack in with these Blu-rays. Seiji Takaiwa, you and Bob the cameraman go out to a campsite for 3 days.
Yes, the Japanese man named Bob.
Yes. But it's, I don't know, it was weirdly captivating.
It just sounds like you're trying to justify your FAP.
All right, listen, it's No Nut November. You are not going to out me.
We live in a society.
We do. We really do. I caught up on Suede's Pokemon Journey. Ooh, that's a solid little review show, isn't it?
I missed a couple episodes that are no longer up on his YouTube channel, and I can't find them anywhere. So
yeah, I think they got copyright striked.
So I can't, like, I haven't been keeping up because I wanted to watch them.
Mm-hmm.
It pisses me off.
And you know what else?
What?
It's the two-parter where Ash wins the Orange League. Yeah. So I was like watching, and then I just clicked to the next one in the playlist, and he's like, so that happened, and then he's showing footage of Ash with the trophy, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And I had to look at his channel to see if I had missed something, and I was like, oh, god damn it. This is what I get for waiting.
Yeah, I'll just bite the bullet and skip it. Because that's what I put them on my watch later plays, and I get to them when I get to them.
Yeah. Then I watched Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle.
Okay, cool. The Rock being The Rock.
Yeah.
Did you change the channel with baby oil?
I did not. It's a weird movie because, like, honestly, it's a very solid action adventure movie, but the writing feels super tone deaf because it's focused on like early 2000s, late 90s high school dynamics. Like, each of the characters is from a different clique, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen Spider-Man Homecoming, so this feels incredibly weird to me being depicted as this is what modern teenagers are like, because it's not at all.
Yeah, that's a big problem with Hollywood is adult white men trying to write a diverse group of high school kids.
Mm-hmm. Like, honestly, it felt like a script that's been sitting in a drawer for 10 years, and they just pulled it out and threw a few modern things in there. Like, there's a girl who's really obsessed with Instagram.
Honestly, I do think that's kind of what happened.
It's still a fun movie, and it was really cool to see a movie that was an action movie, but didn't end in a huge fucking obnoxious explosion, everybody CGI on the screen fest. But, I don't know. It was solid, but it's not something I would say, like, you've gotta watch this. It's just like, if you're interested in it, you either will or will not have checked it out by now.
If it's on and you're flipping through the channels, leave it on.
Yeah. Watched some more of Star vs. the Forces of Evil Season 4. They are really bringing some of those storylines to a head there, and I'm interested to see how it wraps up, because apparently Season 4 was the final season, and I just didn't realize until a little bit ago. So I'm really interested to see how it ends, and if it has a solid ending, I might throw the first season on the list.
I thought you were salty about an episode, though.
Yeah, there's There's a fucking gag where they're doing a big production, like a variety show, and two of the characters have a cooking segment, and one of them is like prepping ingredients, and the other one is like, wow, you're putting in a lot of work. I thought cooking shows were fake. And he's like, no, cooking shows are totally real. They do all that stuff. I think you're probably thinking of wrestling. Wrestling is fake. And then the other character just like gets this dead-eyed stare, and he's like, are you okay? And then she goes, I need to go lie down for a minute. And she just walks off screen super depressed. And then the next episode, you see her trying to enjoy wrestling again. And it's like fucking another cartoon doing an 80s style wrestling parody. And she clearly is just not into it anymore. And it's like, really? It's current year and we're still perpetuating the myth that wrestling not being a legit sport makes it unenjoyable? Really?
It could be worse.
That's fair. But yeah, that's everything I watched this week. Did you read anything?
Yeah, I read a couple good mangas. I read through up to currently
what's Korean mangoes.
What's been currently translated for a thing called The 31st Consort. It's one of those like fantasy rom-com-y things, but the main premise is the tradition in the kingdom is whenever king becomes 25 and they need a queen, all the nobles send a possible consort to the king for him to like kind of peruse and figure out who he wants to marry. One for each day of the week. But in this fantasy world, every third month is the 31st. So no one wants their daughter to be the 31st consort because she'd only meet the king once while everyone else would get to meet him 3 times. So we follow a girl who gives no rat's ass about the king, about romance, about any of this, and is just doing it because her brother roped her into it. So she goes there, she's in this fucking cabin that because the head maid lady hates her for some reason. She like just rubbed her the wrong way. So she gets none of the food that any other girls get. She gets no brand new clothes. She gets no maid to help her. So she's in this little cabin all by herself. So she goes like, all right, I know how to farm. I'm just going to farm my land and make my own food. So she does. She starts making her own medical herbs and all that kind of stuff to the point where the Knights Guards like hanging out at her place because all the other consorts are bitchy ass girls or like 7-year-old girls because they send whoever they want to get favor with. And so all the knights go hang out at her place because no, she's cool. She lets us sleep in the fucking shed with like the hay. It's really comfy, dude. And like they all love fucking hanging out there. And now we're getting to the point where the king doesn't like this either. She just wants to fucking deal with shit and make it run efficiently. So he's trying to do that. And so he's going like, all right, can we just eliminate these girls before the end of this just so we can get them out of the way? Yeah, let's do that. And it's now getting to at the point where it's stopped translating. They're currently translating, but what we're at right now is the king is about to really come into contact with the 31st girl. And it's very heavily hinted that, oh shit, because she's real, I can connect to her on a level.
Oh, so they gonna fuck.
Yeah, but they haven't met yet. We've seen like snippets because we've seen from the girl's point of view for so long, and then we went to the king's point of view for so long. And now they're kind of meeting up in the middle.
Neat.
The other manga I read was, let's see if I can actually pronounce this correctly, Asper Kanojo. Which, if you looked on Mao, it says Life with a Girl. If you looked on MangaDex, the English translated title is The Girl with Asperger's. And that's literally what it's about. It's a dude who makes fucking doujin online. Most of them fucking hentai super, super, like, NTR, old man, old ugly bastard kind of shit, and post that to make some loose change, all the while making super depressing independent comics that no one reads, but he just makes them because he wants to make them. So this girl with Asperger's really falls in love with the super depressing comics because she feels like it's the first thing that connects to her on a level. So she goes to his apartment, knocks on his door, and just stays there. The dude's okay with it because he goes like, okay, something is up with her head, and I can't be a huge I don't want to be an asshole to her. And so for the first few days, it's like that, and they start liking like enjoying each other's company. And there's a bunch of cool moments, like he's out working one day, and she goes onto his computer, and she sees that one of his recent search history was how to properly deal with someone who has a mental issue. And she goes like, oh, he's actually trying to understand me on a level and not just be nice to me. He's trying to actually help me. And you can see on her face, she was really happy about it. But she's also been through some trauma bullshit. And it's just like, it's a sweet story about not necessarily broken people, but people who are not the norm trying to help each other.
It sounds like it's a slightly fucked up version of Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun.
Yeah. But it's kind of cool. It's really good because there's like also other moments of like the main character guy is talking to another, like the situation, something happens and the Asperger's girl gets really, really pissed off at him. And she slaps him, and he starts bleeding. Like he busts his lip, and he's going like, "Oh no, I'm sorry. This is like," he knows that, oh shit, things just got out of hand. She needs to calm down. This isn't completely her fault. She's just fractured, and she, because she has certain trauma, is like freaking the fuck out because she goes, "You're the one person I never wanted to hurt," and she's deathly afraid that he's gonna throw her away. And he's just doing everything in his power to like, no, I forgive you. It's okay.
Sounds pretty wholesome.
Yeah. It's really good. I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
What did you read?
Jack shit.
Oh, tell me about that.
Well, you know, it's this cool new indie comic. It's from this edgy but neat guy. You might have heard of him. His name's Grant Morrison. So I can't keep going. That's the punchline.
Grant Morrison.
The thing is, like, I could see him actually writing a comic called Jack Shit.
No. Him and Johan Vasquez.
Yeah. It's like a super existential thing about, like, the mythological figure known as Jack Shit who's really upset because people keep using his name in vain.
They mean nothing. I mean nothing. Nothing.
Yes. And then he jumps through the panel and says, "Stop using my name!" But no, I didn't have any time or really mental capacity to read anything this week because I started a new job this week. Yay, hooray.
Kalu.
I've had to learn how to read all these order slips that we have there. And
the plot sounds dreadful on those.
Yeah, it's quite the challenging read, so I didn't really have time for anything recreational this week.
Oh man.
So how goes the Gundams?
Gundams is going good. New events keep on happening, all that kind of jazz. But I've also popped back in my game of The World Ends With You, and I'm trying to go back and try and 100 complete all the bullshit.
Neato. What's The World Ends With You again? Refresh my memory, because it's not a game I'm super familiar with, but I know the title.
Okay, The World Ends With You is a JRPG on the DS, and the best way to put it is It's one part battle royale, one part fashion, one part stop being a myopic dick, you asshole, and actually care about other people. And yeah.
So it's kind of a Persona.
Persona's not really like that.
Okay.
Persona's about the inner self and the outer self and reconciling those. This is more about like the main character is called Neku. And he is your atypical teenager. He wears his headphones, goes, I don't need anybody. Blah. And he dies and is transported to this death game. And he's basically told, hey, if you win, you can come back to life. And he goes like, whatever.
I'm still waiting for like the manga or whatever that does the whole like I'm a depressed nobody and I died thing, but then like makes it like he's super happy he died because of the meme of like suicide is cool right now.
You mean damn near every isekai?
I don't think isekais do that. They're always like, oh, it's weird, I'm freaked out to be in this other world.
No, there's a couple of isekai where a dude kills himself.
Oh.
I can't remember the exact name, but there's one specifically that's coming to my head. Like he's on the verge of killing himself, and he's at his computer, and he says, "Would you like to do this thing?" And he goes like, "Yeah, sure. What the fuck ever. I don't care." And he gets transported to another world. He feels guilty about it afterwards when he's in this new world, but he's happy there.
All right.
But ultimately, through the character having to deal with other people and the game itself and the way the gameplay works, because you have to control two people in two different battles at once with two different control schemes. The character learns to appreciate other people and go like, I care about others. And it's exemplified by the idea of the name of the game. The world ends with you. If the world is only yourself, it is a small, sad little world. But if the world ends with everybody you care about, then it's a big, bright, beautiful world.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's neat. That's a neat little story there. I like that. Sounds great. I'm padding out the episode a bit more because I didn't play anything this week and I didn't buy any new toys because I'm waiting for my first paycheck from the new job to come in.
Yeah. Also, I learned how to play In the End by Linkin Park on an acoustic guitar.
Hey! I forgot you actually do instrumental stuff. That's cool.
Yeah. No, I've been going through a bunch of songs, just kind of going like, I've been going through songs I know and kind of relearning bits and parts of them because I realized I rely too much on zombie chords, which are the most generic form of playing a chord. So like it feels super generic.
So you're one of those guys that was like, I wrote a song that only uses free chords, and that's the joke because I only know free chords.
Yeah, but that's more of like how I learned to play certain things. It's just the way you play a G chord can vary. In fact, hold on. Let me get something real quick. Stall.
Oh my god. What's it gonna be? I have no idea. I am wondering so much. It's a big old mystery. It sure is crazy. I don't know what it's gonna be. Whoa. Holy bazongas. I don't know how I'm gonna figure this out. It's gonna be an amazing reveal. I can't wait to hear Chris's big announcement.
Fuck you. I'm not making a big goddamn announcement. Okay. So, let me get my guitar in the right place. This is a typical G chord. My guitar is slipping. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I often play a G like this. Can you tell the difference?
Only slightly.
That's because I only mess with one string. On a regular G sound, it's like on a regular G chord, it's just like this. But when I play a G, it's usually like this. Now, here's the thing. I can also play a G like this. Sounds a little dissonant. But here's the thing: when I play it in, I use that version of G when I'm doing "In the End" by Linkin Park. Wait. That song.
Oh my god, it's YouTube. YouTube.com has come with its fucking cover culture.
And I do like a C over F for my F chord in that song because it says it's an A, D, F, E. But I do a C over F, which basically means you do an F chord, but you also add in a low C. And it makes it ring out a little bit nicer. But that's the thing I'm doing is going through these songs and going like, how can I play this better and make it sound nicer? Like that. The dissonance adds spice.
All right. Well, this has certainly been the most interesting train wreck of an episode we've had in a while.
Oh, greatly.
It's been a fun experiment in We Fucked Upville. It's always nice to pay this place a visit, especially when you literally just the other day were thinking on your drive home from work, wow, it's neat how we've kind of gotten past that period, isn't it? You're
never past the period of fucking up.
Yeah. So, thank you everyone for listening to the podcast. Here's us plugging our shit. Away you go, boingo.
Shit, I need to pull up the thingamajig. If it's gonna be a train wreck, make it the biggest train wreck you can have it. Mm-hmm. Okay, I got the thing up.
Hi, Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon does sound like the Penguin.
It's such good shit, Batman.
Batman, it's such good shit. See this penguin? It blows up.
What the fuck?
Who's the wrestling Joker? Come on, who's the wrestling Joker?
It's not Bray. Bray's like Bane. Joker. I give up.
I don't know. Boingo Writer is the hot new radical stuff on channel 73214445622 on the proprietary direct cerebral feed. Or you can just find it on YouTube. That's a thing. Anime, tokusatsu, comics, movies, if it exists, I like about it. I'll talk about it. That's how that sentence goes.
Totally.
A journey into culture through the world where things haven't quite changed since the 90s and corporations are even more overt with how much they control our lives. AIs are smarmy assholes, and companies don't care how much you shit on them so long as they can make a quick buck. The future is a lot less bright than you thought, so tune in and drop out. Your life's not your own anyway, so why bother? Engage with content by subscribing on YouTube, following on Twitter and Instagram, and join the Discord server to show how much you love Boingo Writer. Watch, or else.
Hi, I'm Vac. I make toy reviews.
Hi, Vac. I was doing
about
like an AA meeting.
Yeah. I talk about shows sometimes. I do that. I might do an opening here and there. It's kind of a thing. Of like Pokemon cards. I'm not going to open for a band or anything. And you can find me at youtube.com/thevacuuminator. That's TheVacuuminator. I think I fucked that up, but who cares? Follow me on Twitter at thevacuuminator, Instagram at thevacuuminator. Subscribe to this podcast. Hey, we're Analytical Fanboys, production of Modular Media, little group collective type thing we're putting together here. We're trying to make maybe one day, kind of a pie in the sky thing. I don't know what this bit I'm doing here is, but you could always go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and invest in the future of this channel. Subscribe, turn on the notifications, click the bell, download the MP3s from the Google Drive folder in the video description so you can listen on the go if you don't have YouTube Premium. Follow us on Twitter at the Modular Media for updates and stuff. Subscribe to the subreddit r/Modular Media. It's a place, and this is no longer a thing. I'm gonna go reevaluate my life's choices. Have a nice night.